we are. Checking out Leviathan, homemade super bootleg. I actually have this on a vinyl record. So, that's pretty cool. It's a collection of 1968 through 1969. A band I think called the Mike Stewart's Band, or also had two names, one called Leviathan. Really good music. Hard to find. It's on Forgotten Jewels, the one that has this cover. It's a German issue. Really recommend it. Checking out Shiner. Pretty dark beer, but whatever. That's all I got. I was just gonna try to make a video. Hopefully it's only around 10 minutes, but all my videos end up long because I always talk about stuff. First I'm gonna show some rock music, and then I'm gonna show some jazz music. So, first one on the rock music list is this band Apartment 1. I think they're from Norway, but I could be wrong. But this has a really cool cover, and the music fits really well with the cover too. Sort of a Jimi Hendrix and a lounge jazz rock prog band sort of meet together. I think it does have some vocals on it. Everything's really good about this. Guitar playing's really good, and it sounds complex like the cover's kind of suggesting. So it's really good. Another reissue of a band called Little Free Rock. I'm happy to have this reissue because I'm pretty sure this came out on Atlantic Records. I could be wrong, but like a $150, $200 record in great condition now. So I bought this brand new, and really good. Sound quality's really good. The guitar playing's really good. It's sort of like some Vertigo Swirl kind of hard rock music. Kind of sounds like that. Fallen Angel, really great later Uriah Heep. Kind of Uriah Heep meets Lucifer's Friend with John Lawton on vocals. Really cool cover, and here's an insert. Cool photo. I think they've got some live shots on the back. No, just continues the art. Really good album. Great singing from John Lawton. Kind of more ballad and really feel good hard rock with some killer solos, and it's just really fun to listen to. I didn't have a really clean copy of this. I was selling this for a while on my website, but nobody was taking a bite at it. This is a really clean Charisma label Foxtrot. It doesn't have a gatefold, but really good. It almost has a texture to it. Not really, but I like it a lot, and like the condition it's in, so I'm going to have a lot of fun listening to this. Through all the escapades of finding occult music and crazy unknown bands, I always come back to the ones that I started with, like Yes and Genesis and Uriah Heep and all that, just because it's just as good now, if not more, that I'm into weirder music. And so really good to come back around. And this album is just absolutely amazing. Supper's Ready and Watcher of the Skies. Really good. You see, I've got a couple things hanging around here. A couple of DVDs, a couple of Karma albums. Nice foreign 45 RPM. This is a crazy French band who's along the lines of Henry Cow, King Crimson, but totally original on their own in the French progressive avant-garde style, just with a lot of fuzz guitars and great drumming. I believe it would be something like Etran pour l'Oberon, but I cannot speak French, so not quite sure on the pronunciation of the name. It's on the L'Orchestra label. These guys can really play, and this is some of the wackiest, craziest progressive rock you might ever hear. It does have some French singing on it, but it's good. Here's kind of a bridge between the jazz and the rock stuff that I'm going to show. It pretty much is a musical free-for-all, as the cover would suggest. I didn't know anything about this when I bought it, and I think it's gone quite up in price now. This is a pretty decent copy. Really cool song titles, especially this one, The Empire of Light. I like that one a lot. Child Song is a really interesting song where they literally have like kids running around and playing and screaming, and they're like doing some music over it. Sort of free jazz and prog, early psychedelic with that 60s acid vibe for sure. Cool stuff. Here is a Dallas, Texas private jazz album that I was hoping it would be more along the lines of fusion, but I bought it just because I collect this kind of stuff. It's more of a kind of a lounge and smooth jazz. Really good. Sort of maybe even a New Orleans kind of vibe. Some nice horn lines and such. I'm a sucker for covers like this. This is great. 1981, out of Dallas, Texas, the Lou Fisher Rehearsal Band. These nice private press records are really always fun to find if you can find them locally, and for next to nothing. I think I paid $5 for that. So here's another kind of in the same vein. This is a school band, I believe it is. John Burroughs Instrumental Association Spring Concert 1979. Bob Rose, conductor. Big band. It's got some drum breaks, few and far between, but still there's this one drum break at the end of one of their songs. It's killer. Guy's got a really good tuned drum set with several different toms that are tuned really weird, and really good drummer makes up for this being kind of just a school big band orchestra kind of thing. But this is another $3 pickup, found at a very large record store in my area, so not exactly an everyday find, but pretty cool. Found this one years ago. Really love finding obscure jazz rock, jazz fusion bands, more in the progressive style with electric guitars and electric keyboards. This is definitely an example of something like that. I found this sealed. It's only got vocals and I think one track, and the vocals are kind of cheesy, but and I would not go for their other albums. I keep seeing them around in record stores, and I know it's got a bunch more vocals, and it just looks like total corporate sellout music. So this one actually has deep cut playing on it, so really suggest that. Sweet bottom, and should be $10 or less. Volker Kriegel, German guitarist, on the nice MPS BASF label. Really cool. John Marshall actually is on drums on this, so that's awesome. And this has kind of a acid lounge meets complex jazz fusion vibe. What I mean by lounge is that it's definitely smooth and cool. It's got a jazz funk feel to it. Um, you'd have to kind of hear it, and then you'd probably click with that sort of description, I think. The guy can really, really play the guitar. I have a couple of his other albums, like Mild Maniac Orchestra and Eclectic. No. I don't remember what the other one's called, but I have one of his. Oh, Harvest, I think, is his album of his. Dude, I hate it when I can't get these things in the sleep. Anyways, kind of in the same thing, in the same vein. This is a band out of Germany, and I don't think this is a private pressing. It might be a private pressing, but Headband with their album Sun Talk. And I had actually had a better copy than this, and I sold it. And then I was always kind of like, oh man, I wish I didn't sell that. And so this showed up in a record store when I was flipping through in the H section, and I think it was $10, so I bought it. It only has a couple flaws, like the cover's got a little seam split, but the record's really good. First track, really good drum intro. Second side, kind of, I think the reason I sold it was because there was this chanting. It's like just continuous chanting over the whole song. It's kind of annoying, but you got to be in the right mood for that. If you can get into that, then it's cool. Blind Buy from a suggestion of an Instagram vinyl community member. Don Raider Quintet, Wallflower. This was only $10 shipped, so there's $5 and $5 shipping. I like this kind of stuff because I'm getting into, I really like jazz with electric piano and more of a spaced out feel. This kind of has the indications of kind of a more fusion-esque album, so hoping it provides. It might be kind of smooth, but I'll hope. Here's one that is kind of smooth, but to be honest, the playing's really good, and it's got kind of that jazz funk vibe too. Most things on Inner City is really cool. Inner City is a great label, very affordable label. And this guy is actually from Dallas, Texas. Bert Lingon, the keyboard player, who actually, I believe, started as a guitar player, and then he switched to keyboard. Really cool. Hope you like it. And once again, this is Leviathan, so take it easy.